Uh, a lot of us going to be end up in a van down by the river with the way this economy's going and the debt crisis that we're facing. We all going to be eating government cheese. Trust me. I ain't throwing no shade on government cheese now. That stuff is good. Hey, back in the day when I was a kid, hey, I'm not too proud to tell you, man. I mean, we had to go through assistance for a little bit. My family, mom and dad, we didn't come from money. I mean, we came out of the poorhouse just like everybody else. I mean, my family's from Kentucky, West Virginia, so they grew up dirt poor in the mountains. So trust me, I know what it's like to eat government cheese, and it was good. It was good, man. It was hey, you make a hell of a grilled cheese, man. Government cheese, that was like the best. That was the best. Shout out to government cheese, bro. Anyways,
I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just waited for the mailman to show up so I could get my paper check in the mail that I've been waiting for weeks. So I could come to the bank and deposit it. But because I have negative money in my account, I'm only going to get like a little bit of it because like I can only access $100 for the first day. So I'm probably going to have like $60 today. I haven't gone grocery shopping in probably a month. We have like no food to eat for dinner except for like mac and cheese and ramen. I
shout
have
out mac and cheese.
$300 electric bill that's overdue. My phone bill's overdue. I just gave my husband my last paycheck from last week so we could pay the mortgage 2 weeks late. And in 10 days or 11 days, the mortgage for next month is due. So it's like this paycheck isn't even like, why do I even have it? Like they might as well take my paycheck and just send it to all my bills. Like what's the point in me even getting my paycheck? It's like annoying. Like I'm not going to see it anyway. Not only that, but in like 3 weeks I have to pay for summer camp because school's almost over. So it's like that's another $700-800 that I have to come up with to pay for summer camp. And if I don't pay for summer camp, guess who can't work because their kid is going to be at home with them? Me. So obviously that's going to be like a major to do. Like I can't not pay summer camp. Not only do I have a personal loan and medical bills up the wazoo, like literally I have like a bill for like $3,000 from the hospital. I have like an $8,000 personal loan that was a consolidation loan from like a bunch of loans that I had. I haven't paid them in like 7 months. I owe them so much money. They call me like twice a day, dude. Like collections calls, fucking, and all I'm doing every day is doing my best. And I literally can't get ahead. Like I can't get ahead. I wake up and I fucking work. And these people are after me for money. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally trying my best. What do you want from me? I have side gigs here and there, like OF. Once in a while, I'll make like $60. But like, that's not really consistent. And like, I'm a painter. Like, I have a ladder in the back of my car. I'm a painter, right? So like, today, I literally didn't have enough tools to do my job. And I was like, I can't do this right now. Like, I don't have the fucking shit that I need for my job. Like, I can't even fucking work, dude. Like, I'm so stressed. I literally can't. I can't fucking do this anymore.
You can feel the tension and the frustration in her voice, that you're just trying to work. You're trying to do everything you can, everything that you can do, and you don't even have the money to get the supplies or tools that you need to do a job. It's incredibly frustrating. So I feel for her. I do. Let's look at some other ones.
So if you're anything like me, just a normal person with a normal job in this shit ass economy that can't afford anything these days except your bare necessities, then you've slacked on paying some of your bills. And that's okay. This is a no judgment zone because I haven't paid all my bills either, and I'm really slacking, especially on my credit card bills. And I'm going to keep it real. I don't give a shit about shit I bought last year or 6 months ago or when I swiped the credit card. I don't care. Thanks for letting me have that stuff. I don't have the money to pay you back right now. So I used to be really religious with this. Like I would send a set amount of money each month and just auto pay the credit card so it would keep my balance down, so that I didn't fall behind. Well, about 7 months ago, I took it off auto pay. And for about 6 months religiously now, like every day, multiple times a day, they're calling to get their money. We all got a job to do, and I know that you're tired of dialing my number and I'm not picking up the phone. So I accidentally answered one of their calls in the car the other day. My car hooks to my phone, so if you hit a button on the steering wheel, then it automatically answers. And it was Teresa from, Credit One or Capital, one of those that I have. And she goes, "Hi, this is Teresa, and I'm calling for Brandy. I'm from the credit card service." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to answer this phone call. Like, I'm really sorry about that. I don't have your money. Like, that's why I don't answer the phone or the emails that you sent me." And she goes, "Well, we're like 2 steps away from sending you to collections, and that's really going to affect your credit." Teresa, do you not know that also not paying your credit card bill plummets your credit? You might as well take my credit score out back and put it out of its misery, Teresa. Do you also realize that right now my credit score means absolute all nothing to me? Like, do I look like I'm buying a house? Do I look like I'm buying a car? Does it look like I can afford to buy anything ever again?
So it sounds like to me this person's pretty much given up. I don't know if I totally agree with this, where she's saying, it. I don't care. Who cares? Who cares about credit? Who cares about this or that or the other? Thanks for letting me have the stuff. I don't know if I agree with that too much. I mean, you took out, obviously it sounds like she's taken out multiple credit cards. So you have multiple lines of credit and you've racked up this debt and now you can't pay it back for whatever reason. And I'm not trying to judge her, but I'm just saying I don't like the entitlement or the attitude. I get that she's frustrated, but how do you just sit there and be so nonchalant, like, thanks for letting me have the stuff? Like, I don't understand that. I understand if you're in a bad situation. I understand that you're having trouble trying to pay your loans. Well, you talk to your creditors, you deal with them. Like, hey, let me do this, let me do that. Give me some extra time. Do your best. I understand it. If you don't got it, you don't got it. I mean, I get it. I do. But to have that kind of attitude to where, like, whatever. It's like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Like, then why did you get the credit card in the first place if you had no intentions of paying it back? Or maybe you did, but you fell on hard times, which I totally understand that. But if you did fall on hard times, you're having trouble paying it back, why would you make a video and just be like, whatever, thanks for letting me keep your stuff. Thanks for letting me have it, whatever. I mean, I understand, the frustration there, but I don't know if I really care for the way she's going about it. Is this me? Maybe it's just my opinion. I don't know.
Teresa, I'm going to save us both the time here. Just send it to collections now, because between now and next month, when you keep trying to call me, nothing's going to change. Nothing. So sorry about that, but thanks for all the stuff I bought on the credit card. I don't know what to tell you, and it's going to sit in collections too. I really, like, food, house payment, car payment, insurance, medicine, clothes, bare necessities. That's all I got the money for right now. Everything else, I could care less. If you want to throw, I've been in collections my whole life, Teresa. Set it to collections. And she just hung up on me. I don't think she had a pleasant time talking to me, and that's okay. That's fine.
I don't, yeah. I mean, I get it, but then again, I don't as well. It's like, you got to be a little bit more responsible than that, a little bit more fiscally responsible, responsibility. But the whole blasé kind of attitude, like, well, whatever, so what, who cares? I mean, it's like, I mean, come on, work with me here. All right, next one.
What the hell's wrong with America? What's wrong with people? Why is everybody driving around in brand new trucks, and brand new SUVs, and brand new fucking cars, and brand new expensive fucking houses? How come nobody is happy with just having a car that runs, with a small payment, in a basic house, with a basic husband and a basic wife? Why do we need all this crap? Why do we need to have an $80,000 truck and a $50,000 SUV in a $400,000 house? What happened to buying a house that's like $100 grand? What happened to buying a used SUV or a used car for like $12,000 or $15,000? Why the fuck do we need all this fancy shit? Why do we need to be broke? Why do we need to have tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt? For what? Who the hell are you trying to impress? The neighbors? Your friends? Nobody gives a shit what you have. I spent years trying to buy shit I didn't need, and now I don't want anything, man. I want a car that runs, a cup of coffee in the morning, in a fucking house with 4 walls and a roof. That's all I care about. I don't care who thinks I have money. I don't care who thinks I don't have money. I just want to live. I just want to have health. Why does everybody want to be in debt? Can someone please help me understand, make sense of all this madness in the world today? Why do you want to be broke and be fucking strapped and be bankrupt and owe for the rest of your life, be a prisoner to debt? I don't get it.
That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah. Why do you want to be in debt? Why do you want to be a slave to somebody else? Okay. I'm so over the materialistic stuff I can puke. We don't really even do the holidays that much anymore. We don't really do much of, we've cut back on a lot ourselves personally. And, I'm okay with not having the newest and the greatest and the latest and whatever. As you could tell, I'm making these videos and I don't have the best camera. You know what I mean? I don't have the best mic. I mean, look, I got this little, headset mic thing on, gaming mic, whatever, because sometimes I play some games. But it's like, so what? I do what I can do with what I got. I'm not perfect. I'm not the best. And I'm okay. It's good. It works, right? I don't have to go out there and have the greatest and the latest and have all the big, all the best of everything. It is what it is. Use what you got. We don't have to have the most expensive house, the most expensive car, the most expensive jewelry, the most expensive whatever. For what? To show off to your neighbor. Who cares? Your neighbor's not caring. Trust me, they don't care. They just looking and laughing. They don't care. They really don't. The person down the street don't know you. They don't care neither. Everybody's got their own issues and their own problems to deal with. So they really don't have time to worry about you and what you're driving or what you got in your bank account or anything else. They really don't care. And the ones that do, you don't want to be friends with them anyways. Trust me. Those are the ones that are running the place and controlling the corporations and the institutions and all the people in positions that you'll never be in. So why care? Why worry? Just live your life and don't worry about all the other garbage. I mean, honestly, trust me. If they're looking, it ain't because of that. It's probably because your fly's undone. or something like that, I would imagine. And even then, he sees some of the way some of these people dress when they go to the grocery store. Now, I see you out there. I see you. You know who I'm talking to. Yeah? Come on now. I see you guys getting out of your car, running. I'll make a quick run to the store. I'm gonna go to Dollar General, whatever. I'm gonna hit Walmart real quick. I see you. You got your little Crocs, flip flops, your pajamas on. I see how you are. You got half your hair matted up. I see you. Anyways, I digress.
Pay period, we have to pay the house, car, our insurance, our internet, the NIPSCO, and the trash. Okay, and if we get paid our normal amount, subtract our bills, we are left with negative $300. That sounds great, right? Negative 300. Okay, so what if we don't pay the NIPSCO bill? Nope. That one's already a month past due. It'll get shut off. Pay the NIPSCO for sure. Cell phone. I can wait a couple weeks on the cell phone, but that's still not going to be enough. I can wait on the trash too. That'll give us $170. Can I make that last for 2 weeks for groceries and gas? But the kids are going to need lunch money.
And then after you figure out all the bills that you have to skip and put off and realize you're a month behind on all of your bills, you realize all the things you're not going to be able to do for months. And Christmas is coming up, and Halloween, and Thanksgiving. You remember when they told us we should have 6 months worth of living savings? We should have 6 months worth of bills saved up so that if anything happens, you're okay until you get another job. We're like a flat tire away from destruction. I'm never going to get caught up at this point. It's amazing what a couple $1,000s would do for my budget right now. And there's people out there with billions of dollars. A couple thousand would just let me get my head a little bit above. I'm just drowning. It's up to here and I'm lucky to get up and gasp every once in a while. And trying not to show your kids how hard it is the worst. I never want my kids to feel it or worry. They're 7 and 10. They don't need to know. We're like a missing paycheck a week from not having a house. Kids don't need to know that. They don't need to know that. So when people say they're living paycheck to paycheck, we're living 3 paychecks ahead to 3 paychecks ahead at this point, because the paycheck I'm about to get is gone and then some. I called my mom to ask for some money the other day. $30. I was like, Mom, do you have $30 I can have? No, we don't even have $30. She's like, I was going to ask you for some money. I'm over it. I'm tired of surviving. I want to live a little. Just a little. Without feeling guilty. Oh, you could budget better. You could do this. You could do that. With what? With what?
With consumer confidence at an all-time low, and going into the holiday shopping season, and people spending more and more than they ever have on credit cards just to pay the necessities, just to get food, basic essentials of life, to live, not even just to get things that they want to, just to have nice things and be a normal consumer and buy. Right now, going into this holiday season, the U.S. household debt is now approaching over 18 trillion. That's 4.2 trillion higher than before the pandemic. Credit cards, the debt alone is at 1.2 trillion. It's never been that high before. Average credit card balances on the consumers are around $6,700. That's up from last year. The average interest rate is 20 to 24%. Now you imagine that. Having a credit card to buy food, but you got to pay 20% or 24%, sometimes 25, 26%, depending on your credit, just to eat. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with that. All right. I mean, it's credit. The delinquencies are up to plus 63%, especially in the lowest income bracket. And there's millions of people that are just using it, like I said earlier, to live off emergency funds, or to live off of like a emergency situation. Right? They have no other choice. They have to use them. They have no other means of paying bills, rent, or putting food on the table. So they're like forced into getting credit cards, which they really, and I mean, a lot of them don't even want to. And 60% of the credit card holders are living paycheck to paycheck. It's ridiculous. About 30% of households spend 90% of their income just to survive, which I think it's more than that. I think it's probably more like about 48%, if you ask me. But that's my opinion. It just, it takes just to live anymore. It's 98% of your paycheck just to get by. It's crazy. And nearly half of the Americans, nearly half, don't even have emergency funds. don't have nothing in their savings to, in case of emergencies at all. So, anyways, with that being said, let's show you some examples of some of the things that the people are dealing with. All right, let's go.
I'm $89,000 in credit card debt, and I'm here to break down my cards to tell you how much I have on each card and what my payment is each month on each card. I'm going to start with the smallest card and work my way up to the highest card. I do have 11 credit cards, so we're going to be here for a minute. The longer that you watch, the higher my payment is. So do your girl a favor and watch to the end. My first card is our Carter's credit card. It has $199 on it. My monthly payment is $30. My second card, Old Navy. It has $362 on it and a monthly payment of $30. Third card is our Citi card. It has $1,742 on it and the monthly payment is $85. Fourth is Shields. It has $3,057 on it and our monthly payment is $95. Next up is our Discover card. That has $4,969 on it and our payment is $135 a month. Next up is Chase. That has $5,615 on it and our payment is $153 a month. Next up is my personal Military Star card. That has $7,860 on it. The payment is $170 a month. Next up is my husband's Military Star card. That has $8,095 on it and the payment is $175. These are the fun ones. Next up is our Visa Platinum. That has $11,503 on it and our monthly payment is $285. Our Visa Cash Rewards card, that has a total of $20,371 on it and our monthly payment is $520. Last but not least is our American Express that has $25,371 on it and our payment is $620 a month. The total on these cards a little bit more than I said on a previous video because they have been hit with some interest since then. So our total is $89,203 and that brings our total monthly payments up to $2,298.
In this video, I'm just going to go over the different kind of debt I'm in, how much it is, and where it's coming from. Let's jump right in. This is my Discover credit card, and I have about $9,000 there. This is my Capital One credit card. I have about $6,000 there. This is what's remaining on my car. I bought my car back in November of 2022, so COVID pricing had affected this. I do split my car payment into two during the month. I pay $300 at the beginning of the month and then that $346.91 at the end of the month. Time for the fun stuff. My student loans. This is the smallest student loan account that I have. This is the only loan that is not federal as well. So this is a private lender. I owe about $4,300 there. This is the second most scary one. I have federal loans in my name and then my mom took out loans for me as well. So this half is in my name. I owe $99,000 here and the monthly payment on this amount where things sit currently is $1,000 a month and these payments are supposed to kick in December of 2026. This is the first loan in my mom's name sitting at about $40,000. The second loan sitting at about $36,000 and the last loan sitting at about $41,000 and the monthly payment for the loans in her name are about $1,400 per month. So I'm looking at a total monthly payment of $2,400 just for my student loans, which is absurd. I am working 3 jobs currently to try to chip away at my debt. And I know what you're probably thinking. How could you put yourself in this situation? What is wrong with you? What did you do? Yada, yada, yada. I've heard it all. I'm very aware of my situation. And unfortunately, life just didn't work out the way that I thought it would. I have more than one college degree. I went to graduate school, hence the large student loan debt. I did use my degrees for a little while, but then COVID hit. I wasn't working anymore. I had an infant child that I stayed home with, and
one thing led to another, and I'm in the situation I'm in. It is what it is. I try to take it one day at a time, but the cloud that's looming over my head, especially about my student loan debt, is consuming me. It's horrendous. So if you think that you're in bad debt, I guarantee you that my situation is worse. Unless you went to med school or law school, I probably have the most debt that you've seen. It sucks. It's really isolating because my peers don't really understand the situation I'm in. My siblings didn't go to college, so they don't have any student loan debt. So it really sucks, but I'm trying to do everything that I can to chip away at this debt and get it under control. People have told me to file bankruptcy, which I have contemplated for the credit cards at least, but you can't do that with student loans. So I either need to save a ton of money in the next year because my payments start in December of 2026, or I need to pass away because this is too much. So you're not alone.
I'll tell you, that's a whole nother video, the college thing. I've been there a couple times. I remember the first time I went to college, walking through the halls, and I'll never forget it. It was vendors on both sides set up with little folding tables, credit card vendors, and they line the halls. I'm no joke. I'm not kidding you. You couldn't get through one end of the campus to the other end without running over, 50 different vendors that are just pushing cards on kids. So as you come through, you're impressionable, right? And you're 18, 19, 20, you're running through the halls, trying to figure out the whole campus life thing. You're new to college, you're new to all this whole environment's new to you, and you run through there, and it just hey man, take this, fill it out, and they give you little. I remember them giving me like a free bottle, like a sport bottle, and they give out free things, free little thing. Hey, just fill this out. That's all you got to do, and get you approved. And yeah, no worries, man. You're gonna need this for your books and for supplies, and it was like candy. They're almost like vultures. The credit card companies know that going into that environment, hey, these kids are going to college, you're going to get, good paying jobs, they'll have this, that, and the other. We can saddle them with a bunch of debt, and you know what? They'll be able to pay us back, blah blah blah, because they're going to go, they're gambling, they're taking a risk that, they're betting on, you're graduating, getting a good degree, a good high paying job, and you'll be able to, get you kind of trapped into the whole credit cycle and the whole, debt, credit, loan, cycle. And I seen it firsthand. It was easy. Oh my god, I must have picked up 4, 5, 6 credit cards, within a day. I'm like, oh, you're approved. I'm like, I'm a kid. What do you mean I'm approved? Like don't even have a job yet. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You got plenty of time. You graduate, whatever. So credit cards, they were handing them out like candy, especially to college kids. When you first, orientation, you get in there. Trust me. And the whole college thing in general, which, I'm not a big component. Like I loved it when I was there. I had fun. It's a great experience. I'm not trying to knock it, but I think trade schools are better. I also think there's lots of, okay, let's put it this way. A lot of these universities and college campuses, it's all about money, right? They get you in there, get you into a degree or into a field that you want to get into, and they saddle you with, like, instead of taking your basic core curriculum, they say, oh well, to take this, like I was going to be I am actually X-ray, so I went for X-ray to be an X-ray tech, right? I'll do MRI, CTs, stuff like that. So I went to School of Allied Health, and here's your fundamentals. But I had to take a bunch of other things that didn't even go towards my degree. I had to take all these electives, right? Oh, you got to take this, so many humanities and so many electives and so many this and that. So I had so many semesters I had to take of non-essential classes, which never even went towards my degree at all. And when I asked them one time, I was talking to the advisor, and the only answer I got was, well, it makes you a more well-rounded student. That's why we put... No. Bullcrap. You put them in there to get money. You fluff out, you take a core curriculum that maybe takes you a year, and then you fill it out with a bunch of filler stuff to make it a 2-year program. Or maybe you take a 2-year program and fill it out to be a 4-year program. You put a bunch of electives, a bunch of filler classes. I mean, I had to take a class. This is no joke. I'm dead serious. I had to take a class on how to take a class. Okay, did you hear that? I'm not lying. That was part of my curriculum. I had to take a class on how to take a class. That's not a joke. That's serious. I had to pay for that. That was stupid, but that's what it was. You take these art classes, you take this class, that class, you take all these stupid things that, I mean, I took one class that was that I had to take as like for movies, and different things of that nature, and I can't remember the name of it now, but anyways, that's what I'm saying. They're filled with a bunch of stupid stuff that you don't even need. If they just kept it to the core curriculum, and they just kept it just to the basics of what you needed to do to perform the job, like on-the-job training, which I think is better. On-the-job training, learning, internship, whatever. Just the basics of what you need. Forget the rest of it. You can cut the tuition bill in half. But then again, the colleges they're not going to make any money then. They ain't going to get no money. They gotta justify somehow all these different things and classes, and professors and all these things that aren't necessary. That's why I say, trade schools, colleges, local smaller universities or smaller colleges, smaller venues that just focus on the core of the job, just focus on the core economics and the core principles of what that particular field you're getting into, but I digress. Anyways, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I could do a whole other video just on the whole college thing, right? Because I've been there. But yeah, that's sad, man. It's a lot of debt. That's a lot of debt that you got to pay back.
Owes $264,000 worth of debt. Live your life, girl. Live your life. That debt gonna be here till you dead and gone, sugar. Live your life. I'm not saying go out there and be irresponsible and get yourself into any more debt, but what I am saying is this: do not deprive yourself of living your life, going places, eating out, vacation, doing this and doing whatever it is that makes you happy to do. Do not deprive yourself just because you're in some sort of debt. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm talking to me because I owe $207,000 debt, $269,000 to be exact, or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. But I say all that to say this: some people, they think like, they getting into all this, that, or whatever, student loans, whatever the case may be, and now it's like, oh, I can't do this, or I shouldn't do this, and I shouldn't do that. You should still live your life and do it how you want to do it, because the bills isn't gonna be here no matter what. The debt is gonna be here no matter what, even after you dead and gone. So live your life and do what you need to do that makes you happy or whatever. Yeah. Don't deprive yourself just because you got all these bills or whatever. Don't
right.
Still be responsible, but don't deprive yourself just because you have a lot of debt. Because I know I'm not. Baby.
Listen, man. Great advice. The debt's going to be there. It ain't going nowhere. Live your life. Don't worry about it. Still be responsible, but live your life. It's all good. Go get what you want. Go get that nice new TV, that nice new car. Whatever. Bills is going to be there. Come on. Seriously? Is she serious right now? This is why you in that debt in the first place. Alright? This is why you in that debt in the first place. Listen. You was out living your life. And you have that same blasé attitude of, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's going to be there. Who cares? Whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to go enjoy myself. I'm going to go have fun. It's all about, like, some of these, and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to throw shade, guys, but I'm just saying, this is why you're in this mess. This is why you have $250,000 worth of debt. Because you get the car, you get the jewelry, you get the fancy house, you get this, that, and the other that you can't afford. You're living above your means. You're living above your means. And you're getting the credit cards, buy now, pay later type attitude. Buy now, pay later. Live your life, have fun, enjoy it. You're worth it. You're special. You deserve a little something. And this is where you end up. Just like the last girl that we've seen. Like, I don't understand if it's just, is it just me? Am I missing something here, guys? Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. Am I missing something? What am I not seeing here? Because I'm telling you, man, you can't live like this and expect everything just to be fine and it'll go away. I'll pay it later, whatever. This is no way to go through life. You have to live within your means. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Is it a need? Is it a want? Is it a necessity? What is it? You're one paycheck away from financial ruin, disaster. I mean, I don't understand. I just don't. Look, I'm not perfect. And I've had parts of my life where I was down and out, I was broke, I had no money, and I couldn't afford. I drove a $400 piece of crap car that looked like it should have came right out of a junkyard. I couldn't afford to put air in a tire. Okay, I couldn't afford to put air in my tire, and air is free. Okay, figure that one out. All right, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm trying to say. I've been down here before. I've been in the trenches. I've been broke. I've been down and out. I've been jobless. I've done it too. I've been there. I've had debt. Lots. I went to college. I got a college degree. I went to college twice. And I had student loans that I've paid off. And I still have more that I'm paying right now. I mean, they're all mostly gone now. I'm mostly paid off. I've been paying on it for 20 some years, 25 years. Yeah, about 25 years of my life I've paid on but I paid them off, most of them, right? And, I try to maintain my debt. And, listen, me and my wife got together young. We were in our teenage years. We were teenagers when we got married. All right, we were young. When we got married. But we never really went out and got credit cards and did all this other kind of stuff. We kind of put that stuff behind us. We said, hey, we got a young family. We got a kid on the way. We got to get serious. Time to go. I went to the military, got back out, went to college, got a job, worked really hard. I've had ups and downs throughout my life. It's not always been peaches and roses. I mean, it's not always been like, oh man, you got a great life. I've had some pretty hard stuff. I've gone through, and I don't want to get into it now, maybe later, but I've gone through some hard things in my life. And we've been broke, we've been up, we've been down multiple times, but I never let it stop me. And I've never had that kind of attitude of like, whatever, who cares? I know that a lot of this is probably coming through because a lot of it could be, frustration, and maybe they're just doing it for what, maybe they're venting, whatever, who knows? I'm not trying to judge them. I'm just saying you got to kind of develop a different attitude when it comes to financials. You really have to, budget, plan, live within your means, and do whatever necessary to survive. And I know it's easier said than done because I've been there, but I'm talking from a place of experience because I have been there, right? I've done the Dave Ramsey program. I've read the books. I've done the program, The Snowball Debt. I've gotten myself out of debt, not once, but, a couple times actually. I've had multiple businesses in my life. Some was good, some failed. And I had a lot of debt from my businesses. And I had to get myself and dig myself out of that mess. You know what I mean? So I've been there. I've trust me. I've had many jobs, many debts, many businesses, many lifelong hard lessons and situations that I had to climb myself out of. So I'm talking from experience, but you can't do it from this. You can't have this kind of attitude. I mean, you can, but it's not going to help. You know what I mean? It's not going to help. So I don't understand. I just don't understand it. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, then I apologize. But put it in the comments. Let me know. Am I off on this? Am I missing something? Let me know, guys. On to the next one.
I'm on food stamps, and you're living off your credit cards. Remind me again, which one of us is living off the government's money? Because last time I checked, that stimulus, that PPP loan, that's all coming from our taxes too. See, you hate the word welfare because it's attached to poor people. But when it's corporation or Congress, they call it subsidies. The truth is, we're all living off the same system. I'm just being honest about it. Keep your judgment and maybe pay off that visa before you come for me and my EBT.
Okay. uh, who wants to tell her? With that, we're going to call it a day.